Buddy, I'm about to head out for a ride and I figured I'd do a quick video before I leave. This is about something that's come up a lot recently with some of the athletes I coach. I will assign them intervals, they will do them, and then they report back to me like, oh, the power was up and down, it was fluctuating so much, I didn't do a good job holding the power steady. And then when I look at the data, it's actually very steady. Like, I see a lot of data. I know when people are really fluctuating more than they need to. So first, the lesson to take from this is that the power is going to fluctuate, typically within, I would say, 20 watts above and below the range you're aiming for. So if you see that, don't worry about it. What we're looking for is the trend line. There's really no way to knock out those power fluctuations. Even indoors, it's almost impossible to have like a perfectly smooth power unless maybe you're doing it on erg. And then the second thing to think about is, what are you looking at when you're pedaling? So if you're inside, it's pretty obvious, like Zwift or your app shows you the power, and it's usually probably a 3-second average. Outside, I do recommend putting it on 3-second power average, but if you're doing an interval and it's a steady state interval, you might actually find it easier to look at average lap power. Now, when I do workouts outside, I'm not following the workout on my Garmin. I'm actually just kind of remembering the intervals I need to do, and then on my own, I push that lap button at the start of each interval and at the stop. And then on my screen, I have average lap power. And I find that is much better for pacing than the 3-second power, because the 3-second power is gonna go up, down, up, down, up, down. So you're constantly kind of compensating for that. But if you're looking at the average lap power for any lap you do, it really sort of smooths it out and it's slower to change. So ultimately you might get a more smooth power output.